Hello, everyone. I'm trying a new recording method for games. Right now, I'm playing SCP-RP on Roblox, just because I'm familiar with this. I've got some levels on it. Uh, it's mostly just a shooter for you know SCP themed. Um, the way I'm doing this right now is I have my headphones. You guys are right here. I have my headphones over that way. So hopefully the phone as well as I can hear the audio. But um for the moment I'm trying to I have the phone propped up on like an overhead camera that used to sit on top of the computer, but it doesn't work anymore. However, it does have an adjustable back, so I was able to kind of angle the phone to look up at the computer. Unfortunately, I can't get it more in front of the computer as I would prefer. Um, Let me change my sights on this. This is the BP556. There it is. All right. For the TridgeCon. That's better. All right. So this is going to be it's going to have gaming in the background, like what you're watching right now, but I want to kind of talk more over it. I'll also just have something to do. But um, painting videos, I want to do more painting videos. However, the I have seen the more recent painting video, the one where I did do like the head camera. It has less views than the original painting video, but I mean, I do think I just talked more in the original painting video. I don't know if you guys prefer just like talking videos when I go over things like the new Warhammer releases for like the new games and models, or if you'd also like gaming stuff better. I understand there's an audience that likes both, but usually when you do one or the other, you want to lean more heavy into one of those, which I will do both content still. I absolutely will. I want to do the painting. I want to do just like showing off some of my other general art stuff. I want to do reviews. Like I'm still reading The Infinite Divine. I can probably finish that up within the next week. But there's that. Then there's the gaming videos, which mostly on Roblox I play Grace. I recently just played the new update, which I really enjoy. I haven't done the challenge mode yet, which I will try to do sometime soon. Oh, wrong guy. All right. But I want to know your opinion on something. I want to have like also just to drive engagement up. If you do like just not even just this when I sit and talk, just my content, any of my content in general. I'd love it if you liked and subscribed. Um, Notifications are good as well because I have a very infrequent upload schedule. I just do it whenever I'm really free, whenever I have things prepared. But I like to pose a question because for gaming, I'm going to do gaming. But out of these three options, I want to know what you guys would like to see more of. I did play TF2 one time, which I enjoyed that. I'm thinking of doing a video for each class, then from then on just playing whichever class I feel like. Option 2, there's Helldivers. I can play more on Helldivers, which I have been almost every day. I just haven't been recording it because a lot of it's just dive in, die a couple times, do the objectives, repeat. In number 3, there's more Roblox, which I like Roblox mostly just because it's more accessible. I understand like the whole controversy with it, like the age checks and everything that David Baszucki's doing, but I'm not here to get into that. I do like some other games like I have played Die of Death a couple times. I've played Pizza Game like the shooter. Block Tales. I don't know how well that would do for a video because that's not super fast paced or really anything. I think I prefer doing the Grace videos because it is fast paced. It kind of keeps your attention. It's on edge. But then there's also like Forsaken. I know Forsaken has a horrendous reputation. I haven't bought anything from that game. I haven't bought anything from Roblox, period, because I've been using all my money for Warhammer. Yippee! But those are the big 3. I have more games like on Steam, which I can do. Which by then, which when I do more recording regularly, hopefully I'll have a better rig set up for like how my phone is positioned, because I've tried both the Steam recording software as well as just Microsoft Game Bar. Whenever I turn the microphone setting on, it does not work. I'm aware that my headphones do not have a microphone like connected to them. However, like when I do play games, like when I run Helldivers, I can speak through my headphones and other people can hear me back. So I'm not too sure what the issue is with that. But aside from that, I'm thinking of going over some older Warhammer content. Not old as in like Warhammer Old World or anything like that, or 30K a ton. I'm talking like since I got into like making content more recently, I want to go back and share my opinions on things that happened before I started. But I'd also like input for that about like I'm probably going to talk in each video faction specific stuff, maybe some sub faction stuff as well, but I'm not like gonna go like super in depth with that because I just want to give my general thoughts. I want to hear back from you guys. I want to know what content you guys would enjoy most, because like I can't do Warhammer reviews all the time because like usually we'll get one new thing every week, and that isn't always a new model. It very seldom is going to be a new model every week. Because more recently, like the last time, we had, well, actually, I think this week there was like a couple old orc models that got moved to Legends that they're now selling again. Which, I mean, if you didn't get it the first time, I guess it's neat to have in your collection. But I'm not an Orcs player, nor do I particularly care for the style of the old models. But then there's also like the new game trailers that they'll release, which I did a video on those yesterday. They're the more recent ones yesterday. Trying to think about what else. Trying to split my attention between talking to you guys and just looking around. I believe there's chaos insurgency in this lobby. No, there is not. Let me switch to another lobby. Alright, but I'll also play like suggested games if they're free. If you suggest a game that isn't free, but I do have it, I'll play it. This one's probably good enough. But also, Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I'm not sure how to make a ton of content around that because there's already like. Because there's like a lot of ideas that I have that like it's homebrew stuff, which a lot of D&D is going to be homebrew unless you play strictly by like the modules that what WotC makes, which I'm not a fan of any big company really, because like, you know, at the end of the day the goal is money, and I'm very aware that WotC has done a lot of things that their fan base, including me, isn't a big fan of, to put it bluntly, I guess, for a lack of more sophisticated words. I like to try and speak in a more cohesive way so that like everyone can try and understand what I'm saying. But also like sometimes there just isn't a great way to say things. I don't want to make content that is like more like I like doing more long form videos where I can just kind of like zen out and just like play a game, maybe talk every now and then. But I know that you have to keep talking to keep retention most of the time. I forgot I don't play Alpha 1 very often. Let me switch that. Is KV12. First off, gold. And Biotech. Alright. That's better. Actually, I forgot to check. There is, okay. But anyways, I'm thinking about maybe doing not live streams per se, but like maybe on a community post one time I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna be on this game at this time, and I'll like edit that later when I'm in the game with like the game code or something. Because you know, like I think it'd be nice to have more community driven stuff, even though my community is very small. I don't get comments very frequently. The likes are doing very good though, especially on the engineer. Especially on the new AdMech model release. As the most I've had on a long form video. I still know that the Pokemon short tops that fivefold, and I will get to doing a Pokemon video sometime. It's just like I don't buy a ton now because I mean there's like scalpers, and also just I don't see Pokemon around a lot unless it's like online where I can buy it. And once again, money is no object whenever you have an army to complete. Which I will fill out the rest of my 2,000 point army very soon. Very, very soon. I'm hoping. And very soon, I mean hopefully before the end of this year. As if prices don't go up again. I've considered doing like intro bits sometimes. Oh, down there. I'm not the funniest person, I would say. I I've been told that I have dry humor and it does reflect, especially considering now that I've like been in content creation and I listen back to all my videos whenever I go over them just to be sure like oh I didn't uh leave like too much dead space in, which sometimes I do still leave dead space in, mostly just to get like more time up. But also like I do still need time to like formulate my thoughts because I've said this before. I don't script my videos. I can't script gaming videos because that doesn't really work. Oh, also another option for gaming. I just remembered about this. Would you like to see more Mechanicus gameplay or more gameplay from the PlayStation in general? Because I can easily prop my phone up so it can see the TV. I can zoom it in just right. I know the camera quality, especially when you're doing zoom, isn't the best, but neither is Mechanicus because that was made quite a while ago. Also, could probably play Space Hulk or Deathwing, whatever you prefer to call it. But I just like to hear more feedback, just because I don't really have a direction to go other than just play games and talk about things when things happen. Hold on. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm trying to deal with this. I do have a plan for a better, not a better camera, but for a camera function. As before, I do believe enough duct tape will do the job. I just need to figure out what I need to duct tape the phone to. Because I do not want to do the headlamp again unless it's for, like, painting. Because for that, it would be nice to have, like, a more central view. Even though on that video I do know, like, the camera looked away from the stuff for a little bit. Because I did have to see... Because, like, the phone did partially block my view. Actually. This would probably be closer. I have a general idea. I do have a phone holder. Like it can clip onto things, and there's like a long, kind of like hard wire tube that you can kind of like bend and stretch and stuff. But it's not super strong, especially since I got it a couple years ago. I'm just trying to find solutions wherever I can. Because I can see everything perfectly fine. I'm trying to maximize like your viewing enjoyment or to be sure that you can actually see what's going on. I don't think we're going to be able to win that. I suppose once that ends, I'll wrap up the video. I know this is a shift from just the talking content, like the regular talking content where I have like painting instead, or like talking about releases and such. How much did I do? I did almost 3% of the damage, which isn't bad. Of course, the guy at the top was using minigun, but you need Game Pass for that. Well, I'll be going now. I've been Crux Terminatus. This has been a long rant, and I will see you next time.